here before. Holy shit, welcome. It's so nice. Great. We do all sorts of great stuff here, but tonight it is improv and storytelling. So we are the old saints. We are neither old nor saints, but we are the old saints.
I'm pretty old.
Yeah, we're come on. You're all in the prime of our lives. My name is Patrick.
I'm Eric.
Holly. Quinn. Mariah.
Mookie. Daryl. Bob.
Alright, so we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to start off with some short form improv. That's kind of like the Whose Line Is It Anyway style of improv. Well, based off of your suggestions, we're also going to have an amazing storyteller tonight, Aili McGill. We're going to do some long form improv. Long form Chicago style improv based off that. We'll start off with short form based off of your suggestions. So I may say something like, who's your favorite thrash metal band from Richmond, Virginia? And you'd say Municipal Waste. And I would say, who's your favorite pro wrestler? And you'd say Jake Omen. And all sorts of fun stuff like that. So we're going to start off with a game called Four Corners. So let's get our Four Corners folks up here. Yeah. Four Corners, we're going to get four completely different suggestions, and we're going to see scenes based off of that. So we're going to get a suggestion right here for these two. So what is a place anywhere from the house? What's a place that you like to visit often, but it's been a really long time since you've been there?
Mackinac Island.
Mackinac Island, very good. So I'm going to say rotate right. And our little Lazy Susan's going to rotate. So now we've got Holly, we've got Mariah in a completely different place. What is a place you don't like to go to that you have to go to far too often?
Work.
Work. All right, where do you work?
School teacher.
All right. The classroom. I used to be a school teacher.
That's it.
All right, rotate right.
Part-time school teacher.
All right. So for Daryl and Mariah, what is a special skill you have that very few other people do have?
Slalom skiing.
Slalom skiing. Very nice. Rotate right.
Wow.
And for our final pair, we've got Daryl, we've got Mookie. So what is the last thing you bought at Target?
Aluminum foil.
Aluminum foil. Very good. Rotate right. All right. What was your suggestion?
Mackinac Island.
Wonderful. Rotate right. What was your suggestion?
School teacher.
Wonderful. Rotate right. What was yours?
Swallow skiing.
That's it. I thought you were.
So we're at it.
Okay.
Go with it.
I've never gone skiing before, but I think I've
That's what you gotta do Olympics for it.
And then finally,
Aluminum foil.
All right, folks, are you ready?
Yeah.
Hey, folks, are you ready? All right, amazing.
This fudge kitchen used to be a prison a long time ago. Now you can still see the grill work where the first escaped convict broke through.
Grandma, you don't have to explain this to me every year.
This is what keeps me alive.
Okay, right.
Sorry, this dust is getting to you. It's really weird they're making me clap the erasers because we have smartboards.
I feel like you're doing it on purpose, just to make this miserable for me.
Well, they took away cyberbullying from me. Okay, well, you just gotta let the mountain do the work. Are you ready?
When does the bird come in?
I asked you several times to leave Mr. Magoo at home.
Look, in the voicemail it said swallow skiing, okay?
Rotate right.
I saw you did. Then you know that the lid was up already. Well, then I'm totally... It's not bad!
Not at all.
I didn't expect it.
I thought we were totally gonna fail this.
Home at King, brother.
Grandma, I didn't know that you were such a renegade.
I was the first person to break out.
Well, I'm just confused. I didn't think that automobiles were allowed on the highway.
Okay, right.
Well, I think your new haircut looks awesome. How about that?
If you want to be my bullying protege, I need you to actually show up and try. Carry through with your insults. What does my hair really look like? Cynthia, what does it look like?
What if it looks really cool.
Okay.
This is why I said to focus on where you're going and not that you thought your swallow was talking to you.
I thought he was giving directions. I thought swallows were winter birds.
I understand the miscommunication as I did guide sailors to sea, but it wasn't through GPS.
I appreciate you, but
This is above my pay grade.
I can also set a leg.
Okay, right.
where's the rest of it? It was right here.
We just tell people that's all there is. It's deconstructed.
I didn't think that I guess all the test fingers, I didn't think they went through all of.
We've highlighted that.
Okay.
Test fingered.
That's genius, that's genius.
Right? House-made test fingered. That goes right on the packaging.
Yes. This will be perfect at the CDC brunch.
Okay, right.
I feel like I should maybe revisit where did you break out of?
Right up there, from that window, into that Tin Lizzie, which I built while I studied in prison.
So you did like a whole like Johnny Cash thing where you just like secreted tiny parts?
Johnny Cash is my son.
Okay, right.
All right. How about this one? How about this one? You're not as good of a bully as your sister! Whoa! Okay, I just fucked around!
You know, I might not stop mentoring first-year teachers after all. I'm
We're bringing everybody back for a game called Categories. Aili, would you like to host?
I would love to host this
Oh,
game.
how delightful.
This way they all can play, you see. So in this game of categories, you're going to hear a lot of things that are related to each other. I'm going to go just point randomly at people. They'll have to say something that's also in that category. At any point, I can stop them and say, which is also, and they have to switch categories. So this happens to be the bicentennial year of the city of Noblesville. So name something that was around 200 years ago.
That has categories.
Trees were around.
That's true.
See, it worked. It was fine.
Yes.
Elm,
Maple.
Oak. Ash.
poplar, birch,
Apple.
cypress.
Ivy.
Which is also
Things that make you itch.
Hemorrhoids.
Crabs.
Cats.
Mosquito bites.
when you pick green beans.
Discharge.
Which is also
A really awesome band.
a really awesome band name. Awesome.
Rush.
The Misfits.
Florence and the Machine.
Rancid.
Which is also
Something that happens to vegetables.
Get left in the bottom of the crisper till it gets like brown and like gooey and like wet.
Talk to you when you're super high.
Puree.
Juiced.
Get zoodulated.
In a bowl.
animated. section in a big box store?
Electronics.
Electronics. I love it. Very good.
Desktop computers.
VCR.
Vape pens.
Smart TV.
Walkman.
Discman.
PS1.
Game Boy.
Nest thing.
Thumb drive.
Which is also
A move I used to pull in college.
Stop you short. Prostate tickle.
Blacking out.
Pretending to be scared during horror movies.
The yawning arm.
Sending a corrupted PDF so I had time to finish my actual work.
Just feel like someone should get out of here.
Making awesome fake IDs.
Horn baking.
which is also
Friends.
name some friends.
Ross.
Monica.
Chandler.
Houdini.
Which is also
Bands that have black people in them.
Living color.
Hootie and the Blowfish. Dave Matthews Band.
Tony.
Darius Rucker.
Bad brains.
The Jimi Hendrix Experience.
TLC.
The Gap Band.
Turnstile. Dr. Dre.
which is also
My gynecologist.
maybe another category. We'll do one more. If you are what's on Facebook, what kind of videos do you stop on Facebook? Dogs to your dogs? Okay, don't make it up. Dogs. Different than your gynecologist. So
Appreciate that.
My friends that are guys.
Wyvern Rider.
Dachshund.
St. Bernards.
Great Pyrenees.
Frenchies.
Labradoodle. Boxer.
Mud.
which is also
Characters from Indiana Jones movies.
good category.
The old knight who's protecting the Holy Grail. All the snakes.
Sala. Henchmen galore.
That guy whose face melts.
Short round.
Indiana Jones.
Which one was that? That agent who was totally wasted, like she just got killed for no reason.
The guy who can tear your heart out. Marion Ravenwood.
Excellent, which is also
My wife's pet name for me.
I can't wait to hear these.
Sugar daddy.
Poops. The liquor.
Darius Rucker.
You guys want to do one more?
There it is.
Alright, one more category. Back in the day when we had blockbusters, what kind of movie were you likely to rent?
Rom-com.
Rom-com. Okay, rom-coms. Let's do some rom-coms.
Must love cats.
Sleepless in Seattle.
You've got mail.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Along Came Polly.
Pretty Woman.
Which is also
A 50s song.
Blue suede shoes. Peggy Sue.
Barbara Ann.
Earth Angel.
Jailhouse Rock.
To do Run Run.
which is also
An improv game.
Blind Line.
Freeze.
which is also
Things said before dying.
Oh, that's a truck.
Cadillac Force.
Oh.
My gynecologist.
That was the end of this category. Thank thank you all for your suggestions. We're going to do one more short form game before our storytelling. We're going to play a kind of a pun-based word game. It's called Sex with Me. So we're going to get a suggestion from you, and we're going to say, sex with me is like suggestion. Play on words. So if you said banana, you would say, sex with me is like a banana. It's very appealing. So, play on words. So, Aili, would you mind getting those suggestions for us?
Oh, sure. Okay, I gotta think of more stuff. What was the, like when you were in elementary school, what was something you hoped for your birthday?
Facial hair.
Facial hair.
Sex with me is like facial hair. It just doesn't come in bright.
Sex with me is like facial hair, appealing in theory, itchy in practice.
Sex with me is like facial hair. Remnants of me are gonna be in your sink all week.
Sex with me is like facial hair. Somehow my first wife got it more than I did.
Sex with me is like facial hair. 14-year-old Mexican boys have more of it than I do.
Sex with me is like facial hair. You're gonna be calling me Ruben Stubble.
Sex with me is like facial hair, short and pointy.
Sex with me is like facial hair. Happens every day at 5 o'clock.
Sex with me is like facial hair. I'm probably gonna leave you in the sink.
Here.
Let's get, what's the last thing you had an argument about? Hopefully it wasn't sex, because...
Money.
Money, okay, money.
Sex with me is like money. When you really think about it, like, oh God, I really need to wash my hands.
Sex with me is like money. There's usually an old white man involved.
Sex with me is like money. It was once backed by a standard, but now it's not.
If you went to Kroger today, what's the first item that would go in your cart?
Tomatoes.
Me.
Okay, I heard tomatoes first. Tomatoes!
Sex with me is like tomatoes. If you squeeze it hard enough, it'll just squirt everywhere.
Sex with me is like tomatoes. My dad does not like it.
Sex with me is like tomatoes. It gets more expensive every year.
Sex with me is like tomatoes. Heat it up, stir it a little bit, then you got sauce.
Sex with me is like tomatoes. There's only a very brief window in the summer.
Sex with me is like tomatoes. Very fruitful.
Yeah, right? Sex with me is like tomatoes. $1 a pound at the farmer's market.
Sex with me is like red gold tomatoes. It's best when it comes in Elwood, Indiana.
Sex with me is like a tomato. I don't feel like it was satisfying unless there's something dripping from my face.
Sex with me is like a tomato. If you've never gotten it on an Indiana roadside, you don't know what you're missing.
My favorite TV channel is PBS. If you turn on PBS right now, what would the documentary be about?
Penguins.
Penguins! That is correct. I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Sex with me is like penguins. I'm usually on my belly and sliding.
Sex with me is like a penguin. You can water their ass home after that.
Sex with me me is like a penguin I asked to be called an emperor.
Sex with me is like a penguin, because I'll sit on it forever.
Sex with me is like a penguin. It's oh so cute and narrated by Morgan Freeman.
Sex with me is like penguins because when we finally get up, there's usually waddling.
Sex with me is like a penguin. I have a kink for getting beat by billionaires in leather.
My favorite channel is PBS, which means I know nothing about pop culture. So who's someone famous I should know something about?
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus. All right, I'm on board with you. That's good. I got that one.
Sex with me is like Miley Cyrus. I always think it's two different girls, but it's really just one.
Sex with me is like Miley Cyrus. You better wreck those balls.
Sex with me is like Billy Ray Cyrus. It was good once in 1993.
Sex with me is like Miley Cyrus. It makes a surprise appearance in David Lynch's Mulholland Drive. Deep cut!
Sex with myself is like Miley Cyrus. I can love myself better than you can.
That is the short form section of our evening. We're going to have some storytelling from your friend of mine, Aili McGill. You know Aili McGill. If you don't, you are a loser and you should hate yourself. Aili's in charge of nickel plate arts, just like a block away. They came from Noblesville, Hamilton counties, and central Indiana.
It really sounded like you said nipple playing arts instead of nickel plate.
That fun fact, when you say nickel plate arts in your phone, it usually autocorrects to nickel plate arts. So it does.
Thought it was just me. I'm going.
Yeah.
So sit back, relax, enjoy, and then after Aili's done, we'll come back and we'll do some improv based on what we just heard. So.
Awesome. Thank you all for joining us in Noblesville this evening. It is our 200th birthday, actually tomorrow. So if you have time, come back tomorrow for the street dance and you can help me paint a mural. So that's my commercial. I am going to share the story with you of the oddest flight experience I've ever had. I know a lot of people lately have had, troubles that, was it Delta or United had all kinds of delays a couple weeks ago and everything, and it got me thinking about this experience. It was like 5 or 6 years ago, I had the prestigious honor of being invited to be a consultant on a project in Philadelphia. I got paid a whopping $500 to spend 3 days at this tiny little museum helping them build a strategic plan or whatever. And so I felt really cool, and it was time to come home, and since I didn't know anybody in Philadelphia, they ended up just taking me to the airport early, along with somebody else who was working on this project. So I had a lot of time to myself, and I was actually looking forward to that one luxury of flying or traveling on your own, which is that you don't have to be anything to anybody else. You just take care of yourself. You can, you just worry about getting home, right? So I was there so early, they hadn't even assigned my flight a gate yet. They knew what terminal it was going to be in, but not what gate. So I went to that terminal and kind of, sat down. I was kind of right in the middle. There were gates as far as the eye could see in all directions. And I just kind of plopped down in the middle and waited and just decided, I was going to do some self-care, play some things on my phone, and do some people watching. I was immediately rewarded in my people watching because I noticed a disturbance happening off on the other side of the terminal. There was a person who was just sort of causing conflict and sort of stress that kept walking this direction. It reminded me of like a baby bird, when they're just learning to fly. There's they're stressed and they're fluttering around, and there are other birds screaming and fluttering as well, and everything's just stressful. So that was this person, who I will henceforth refer to as the baby bird, who's kind of making her way through the terminal. And at some point I realized, so she's a young black trans woman, and I only bring that up because it was clear that many people didn't quite know quite how to interact with her. And she had some problem, clearly. She was really upset. She finally made it to one of the gate desks and was talking to the gate attendants. And there was a lot of just gesticulating like this up in the air, and the gate attendants kept like lowering their voices and doing very calming actions and everything. And she's still, waving her arms around. And finally they resolve whatever it is, and she grabs her roller bag and just stomps her way down the jetway. And I was like, that's weird. Like, did she leave something on the plane? Or maybe she was late, like, for that flight, or maybe she was really fighting to get on a plane. Maybe she'd been delayed. I was like, that's a mystery. Glad it's not my flight. 45 minutes later, my flight is finally assigned a gate, and I get my stuff up. I get my stuff gathered up. I admit I'm one of those people who likes to get on the plane kind of as early as possible because I'm always worried that they're not going to have room for my like carry-on. So I want to get right at the front of the line and get on the plane. And I think it was like Delta that I was on, so assigned seats. I knew exactly where I was going to sit. So I get on the plane somewhat early. I'm about halfway back, right kind of behind the wing, and I get to my seat and I look up, and who's there but the baby bird is sitting in my seat. And I look at my ticket, and I look at I'm in 17A, that's 17A, and I say, excuse me, I'm sorry, I think you might be in my seat. And she goes, no, it's open seating, I'm sitting here. I was like, no, here's my ticket. I'm sitting here. I actually asked for this seat because I can get airsick and I need to be able to see out the window. So I paid a little extra to sit here. And she just got up in a huff. She was so angry. She popped up out of the seat, jumped over into the aisle, went 3 rows back, sat by the window back there, just immediately sat down. And again, I was like, that's not how things normally work, but okay. Not my problem, I'm sitting in the seat. So I sit there, I get all settled in, everybody else gets on the plane, things are starting to settle down, but then once again, you can tell there's a disturbance. And I look over, and the baby bird has popped back up. Whatever seat she'd gone and jumped in the other part of the plane also is not her seat. And now she's fighting with the flight attendant, and you can tell that the flight attendant is working really hard, doesn't want to offend her, doesn't want to make her uncomfortable, but you hear the flight attendant say, this is a completely full flight, I'm sorry, there are no more seats. And so the baby bird is standing in the aisle and goes, that's fine, but I'm not sitting next to that woman, and points at me. There's an empty seat next to me. She's obviously supposed to be sitting here, and she's deeply offended by my presence in some way, and I can't figure out what I've done. I turn crimson, my heart drops, the pit of my stomach drops, I don't know what I did. So everybody's immediately uncomfortable. Everybody's giving me the side eye, what did you do? The guy it's a 3-seat row, and the other guy has pulled his hat down, put his sunglasses on, put his earbuds in, he's out of this conversation. So the flight attendant finally convinces the baby bird to sit next to me. And she stays as far away from me as possible in the seat and just won't make eye contact. And I'm so my sibling is trans. This really bothers me. This is not how I want this to go. So I take a deep breath and I say, I am so sorry. I don't know what I've done to offend you, but it was never my intention to hurt you or make you uncomfortable. And I really think this needs to be a good flight for both of us. So I'd really appreciate it if you give me another chance. If I did something wrong, please tell me and I will correct it. And she takes a deep breath and she says, well, that problem you said you have? I said, that I get airsick? She said, I have it too. I said, okay. Well, I'll keep the window, I'll keep it up, you can look out, I understand that's really difficult. And then she starts to relax and everything, and the longer she's there, I realize, she's watching the flight attendants, she, can't buckle her seatbelt. It suddenly occurs to me, she's never been on a plane before. This is her first flight. And then I'm okay, so maybe she was just really uncomfortable by the whole thing. So I start making conversation and talking about I fly usually a couple times a year and it's kind of fun. And, we strike things up and she starts to really relax and we're having a good time. And I realized, I'll give her little clues about what's coming next. Yeah, you gotta buckle your seatbelt. They're gonna come and check on that. And the plane's gonna take off here in a minute, and you'll feel some pressure. They'll push you back in the seat. They're gonna give you the safety demonstration, all of this stuff. And she's coming along with me, and it's pretty good. And just as we're about to take off, she like leans over and she's looking out the window. She's leaning over me, looking out the window, and she goes, falls asleep, dead asleep on my shoulder, completely laying on me in this seat. She was a narcoleptic. And so she's completely laying on me, completely asleep, out in a second and a half, and the flight attendants come through with the drinks and everything, and the one guy who she'd been fighting with earlier goes, do you know her? I'm like, no, I don't know her at all. They're like, okay, well, good luck. 2-hour flight. She's asleep on me the entire time. We land, she wakes up, and it's very pleasant, very nice. Oh, that was great. I didn't think it'd be that easy. It's great, that's awesome. That's, I'm glad we made friends, that's great. So we get up off the plane. Our flight had been a little delayed, so they're making announcements overhead, like, you gotta, you need to make your connections quickly. Here's where all these gates are. They're really trying to emphasize you guys gotta go. Baby Bird isn't getting any of this. I grab my stuff, I stop in the bathroom, and I see her. She's completely unpacked her carry-on. She's doing her hair in the mirror. She's doing all these things. I can hear them calling for her at her gate to her connecting flight. I don't know if she ever makes it. She's finally fledged from my nest and has gone into the world somewhere. And I finally made it home. So that's the story of the weirdest flight experience I've ever had.
Dad, thanks for making a delicious dinner. Thank you for making sure I don't have to sit next to Marge!
It's okay. I'm not trying to force you to be here. I wanted this to just be a pleasant evening. I fixed your favorite spaghetti. I hope you liked it too, Marge.
Oh my God, she is insufferable! How can you deal with her? Why?
Just saying thank you. Why are you?
She didn't even say anything.
I know what she meant by it, okay?
I think most people know what I meant by it.
Right. It meant thank you. It just. What did
It's
you
when
say?
you're grateful for something.
Right.
If you'll notice, first of all, I know what thank you means because I just said it to my dad like 2 seconds before you started doing all your floopy flop.
Okay.
And what I heard when you think you're better than me.
So, first of all, I just want to address the floopty flop. Marge is still getting used to her new hands.
It's not easy to just go around with someone else's hand.
Yeah, that's been your excuse all day.
Okay, well, I just got them. I'm not good with grip strength. I'm sorry.
You know what?
This is hard for you.
Let's just restart. If I can propose a toast to Noblesville's first successful hands plant. Marge. Yeah, take your time, honey. Just take your time. There you go. Bring it in gentle. There you go.
She's obviously milking this.
Hey! That is, look, you know how she lost those, and that was a cruel thing to say. Farming accidents happen to a lot of people.
I didn't even know cows liked human meat.
That's right. You know what? It's okay. Go ahead.
All right, I'll try, okay? I'll try. I think that you're a shoo-in for that position at the Nipple Play Arts Center.
I'm the only one up for it because I'm the only one who's ever had this surgery.
Well, you know what? I think in the future there will be more people competing, and I think you'll still have just as great a chance against 2 people, 15 people.
So, you're next, huh?
Yep.
I got my call yesterday. I'm so excited. What?
Nothing.
I don't like.
I just.
Hey, y'all here for the arts director position?
I didn't. Oh, wait. Wait. I thought I was just the only one that was gonna be here.
I mean, I'm only the second-hand transplant patient in Noblesville, but I decided to go the route to get extra hands.
Well, I'm the nation's first Microsoft-based leg transplant person.
First of all, thank you all. I really appreciate it. It's so difficult. Marge, as it is?
Yes.
It is so great seeing you. It was Kurt, and I must. May I? Incredible.
Thank you. It's carbon steel.
I gotta say, we're not fishers here. We're in Noblesville, and we take our nipple play quite seriously. I just want to say, what an inspiration you are.
Well, hello.
I'm sorry, this is really awkward.
Hello.
Oh, yes, hi.
I'm just nervous is all.
Yeah, I would be too.
It's a long way down.
Yeah.
And I watch you guys you just do it. You just glide out fearless.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna fall.
You are gonna fall. But you're gonna put your arms out and you're gonna glide. That's what the suit does.
Yeah, dude. That's why.
Is that what, did you guys fall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fall. Like we're falling when we're flying.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of like walking. Like you fall each time, but it's like.
Yeah, dude, that's what you gotta tell yourself. We're flying. This is a mountain and we're fucking flying, falling, whatever you want to call it, off of it.
I'm second guessing. I don't think we should let him do it. He doesn't even
Look, man.
get what's going on.
No. Are you trying to is this some sort of psychology you're trying to use against me, where to get me to do it because you're gonna say I can't do it?
I don't think you can do it. You can't. First of all, you don't even understand that when you jump, you're falling. So that just has me worried from the get-go. All right.
No, I know that I thought that when you guys jumped out, you just started flying like right away.
We do.
Yeah.
Look, man. Look. Okay. If we don't do this in threes, then we don't come back as fucking squirrels. Okay.
But you promised me we would.
We learned that whatever shape you die in, you come back as. Okay, so the only thing we can come back as, dressed like this, are flying squirrels, and it's gonna be awesome. Okay? So if you're not gonna do it, then please go find someone.
No, I didn't say I wouldn't do it. I didn't say that. I didn't. You guys.
You got a problem with squirrels?
Not at all. No. What are you? Now you're making me out to be some sort of speciesist when I'm just afraid to drown.
You just seem uneducated. That's
No, God damn it! Ah! Put your arms out! Put your arms out!
We have to. Now we have to find a new person. We have to do it all at the same time. Damn it!
Oh, this guy's a big ICP fan, huh? He's Hatchet Man. Anything?
Yeah. I think I saw him not do the squirrel technique.
a heavy body. Trying to brush it. Oh my God! Oh. Oh, hey. Oh, gross. Is that me?
Yeah. Do you know how magnets work?
Yeah, I'm fairly positive.
Hey, I'm really sorry if I offended you back there.
Yeah.
That was not my intention. I just respect you so much as a friend.
You mean when you pulled out that sign and said, "This bitch sucks,"
That's,
and had a picture of my face on it, circled, red,
And at the
and you
time-
held it up.
and at the time, I was like, "Oh, bitch! You remember that song, Meredith Brooks? I'm a bitch, I'm a lover." And I was like,
I'm a child. Yeah.
"Yeah." And I was like, "You're a child. You're a mother."
Yeah.
And I was like, "You're a bitch." And I was like, "I know."
I
was like-
should have seen it as a compliment.
I know,
It's
I was
crazy
like-
that I took it the other way.
It is your first communion.
It's-
and
yeah.
looking back on it, I may have offended the priest. I may have offended your parents, but I really may have offended you.
You know what's weird is I think the priest got it. He was like, "Body of Christ broken for you, bitch."
So she walked in, and he was wearing the shirt. I was fine with it. Like, I wasn't upset that it said bitch in church. I was more upset that she was mad at him for that, because it was clearly a compliment. Everyone knows she's a lover, a mother, right? Like, everyone can be a bitch. I'm sorry.
My child, I don't think everyone can be a bitch. We are merely human. I'm a bitch. You're a bitch. But our Lord, the Father, would you consider him a B word? They clearly got your answer. This will determine how many Hail Marys you're going to have to say.
Can't I just talk to the Lord like myself? Like, just be like, "Hey God, I need help."
Well, that's a real Martin Luther kind of thing. You're saying.
I've been listening the whole time, son.
Oh my God. Double confession?
Yeah, you've been really bad lately.
We're going to first of all need 3 Hail Marys.
Like, okay.
Can we make it 5? I like it as like a 5, 10, 15.
Why you always gotta one-up me, man?
I'm not one-upping you.
2-upping me, sorry.
There it is. Thank you. Some of us didn't go to Notre Dame, apparently.
I don't think this is about me anymore, and
It's never been about you.
You can't call people a bitch.
In church.
Ever.
That's I mean,
but
there's
I was just reading the shirt. I wasn't even
And how did that make you feel when you read it?
really good.
You
Wrong
want to
answer. It should make you feel sinful.
Have you
You're going
talked to
hell.
her though? Like, have you talked to her?
What's some other things that you do that make you feel really good that are sinful? Spare no detail.
Wait a second.
For me, it's Red Bull and vodka.
I can't because my heart, you know.
Oh, I thought this was like a catch a predator situation.
Hey, March.
I didn't know your hands detached. I didn't know your second ones can just come off and on whenever you want them to.
Yeah, because I'm not craven to be the first at everything. Do you know, Marge, my problem with you is that
7 hours later. And then I was just like, I don't even know why I hate you so much. It's like, we're sisters. We shouldn't even, like, we share half DNA.
Sorry, this is a really sold out session. It's my fantasy.
And I don't think that you actually care about Dad. I think
Do you know her?
that you are just trying to do a long con for the insurance money.
She just goes wherever I go, and she's not aware that you can't just brought into group therapy.
She has to pay.
Dickhead.
I have one of those.
Dickhead.
But the worst thing about you is that time when you saw that little boy standing in the middle of the road.
That's not even relevant because like my head is not a dick. So I am trying to take it figuratively and still nothing.
Shithead.
Again, I guess if my hair were a beehive, sure.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Oh my god. She sleepwalks sometimes, so if you just like her.
Sleepyhead. All right, once again, Aili McGill.
Side note, that is exactly what it's like to be director of nickel plate arts, by the way. Exactly like that. So actually, speaking of my job, before I was in charge at Nickel Plate Arts, I worked at Conner Prairie. I started there when I was 18, and I was the carpenter's daughter. And I got a couple of degrees while I was there, and they moved me up, and I did all kinds of things while I worked there. I worked there 11 and a half years total. And that has left a deep psychological imprint. I guess before I start the story, are there any psychologists in the audience? Good. Because my go-to stress dream anymore is that I have to go back and start working at Conner Prairie again. I have to I get in the door and they're like, "Where's your costume? Why aren't you wearing any petticoats? You need to be wearing petticoats." And I'm like, I'm going around and like piecing costumes together and things like that. And these dreams they build on each other. Every time I have a stress dream, it's set at Conner Prairie, and whatever happened in the last stress dream is still happening, and there's this other crazy thing added onto it. So at first it was just like I couldn't find my costume, or I couldn't remember like the details of characters that are there when you're dressed up and out on the grounds. And then it's gotten progressively weirder. At one point, they decided to change sort of the trajectory of history. The main village out there is supposed to be set in 1836, and I got my assignment for the day, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna go work in the back of the Volkswagen." I was like, "What?" And I go out there, and in my dream, they had taken a Volkswagen and sort of half buried it into the ground and turned it into one of these like cabins. I was supposed to be living in it, and the kitchen was in the like trunk, which I guess is actually in the front where the motor would usually be. And so I spent all of that night like trying to figure out how to manipulate this half buried Volkswagen in my dream. And then of course, like people from my normal life show up in there, people from my past at Conner Prairie show up in there, and I'm like trying to negotiate things with them, trying to help guests. Most recently, my brain has had to escalate this even farther by deciding that Conner Prairie has decided to go way back into history and has in fact decided to have dinosaurs on their property. It has just turned into Jurassic Park in my dreams, and the most recent stress dream I had, there was a big fancy dinner, like a big fundraising dinner held on the grounds, and I'm in like an evening gown, greeting people and sitting at a table, and I've got all these Hamilton County dignitaries all around me and everything, and I'm like, "Oh look, there's the army, they're bringing in the Triceratopses." And this huge troop of army guys like comes out and guides the Triceratops right around us while we're eating our rubber chicken dinners. And then, of course, what happens if Conakry gets dinosaurs? The Tyrannosaurus breaks loose, right? And so my last work stress dream, I'm in a cocktail dress, dealing with guests, trying to herd Triceratopses and running from a T-Rex all at the same time. So if you'd like to pursue a psychology degree, I am available for practice. So that's my story.
This is not going to be any sort of an ordinary operation.
Ordinary operation? You say, what is an ordinary operation?
Did it sound to you like I said we were going to Old Navy? Ordinary, ordinary.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This will be extraordinary.
Extraordinary?
I think that's bad. I think that's pretty bad.
I forgot my petticoats.
You don't need it. You've grown as a person.
Son! You are not going to need petticoats, nor bloomers. You are going to be riding out on the finest military vehicles that have ever been conceived. A clone Triceratops.
This is freaking awesome!
These animals are not made for speed. They are made for defense only. So we're not going to be going anywhere necessarily. We're going to be pretty much sitting put.
Defending.
Defending.
Defense.
The threat. Yes, Old Navy, you have a question?
Yeah, I think I'm in the wrong room. I was here for art.
That is a statement, not a question.
I think I was here for home ec.
Also a statement, but a more reasonable one. Home ec is down the hall.
Oh, thank God.
Well, I'm just gonna...
Yes.
How is standing there different than what we are doing?
You only have 2 legs, while a Triceratops has 4. A quadruped of that size is not easy to take down, unlike all of you. Yes.
Why not like a T-Rex? Why are we riding the T-Rex?
The T-Rex is a poser among dinosaurs. Sure, everybody loves it. It's the darling of movies. But it's essentially a chicken. Yes.
So I know you said we're mostly just going to be like sitting there.
Yes.
I know we like wouldn't be going very fast, but could we go really fast and go lots of places, please?
Absolutely. As long as you are not on your Triceratops.
I'm sorry,
Old Navy, what are you doing back here?
I can't find the art room. You told the other person where to go. Can you just let me know?
Son of a biscuit. Will somebody help Old Navy find the art room?
I'll show this, but don't give away my ride.
Your Triceratops is safe.
Thank you.
Does anybody else here not want to ride a dinosaur?
Sorry, hi, I don't, but they said home ec was full because I was late. So I'm here to die.
Fine, fine. You'll be on Triceratops number 1, whose name is Fodder.
Fodder?
Now, what you have to remember is this is a living history museum. We are not in July of 2023. We are in May of the year 2020. So when you say, hey, why don't we go out for drinks? They don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, hi, folks. Are you here for drinks?
No!
You'll have to sit far apart due to COVID restrictions.
Quick, ask him about Tiger King.
Do you think Carol did it?
I don't know yet. Because what is Tiger King? That hasn't come out yet.
Hey, I'm really uncomfortable that we paid $75 to
He wanted
Hey, Wait, not $75. Remember, this was 3 years ago. Inflation. You paid $64.
Okay, we have to, guys. We have to.
Say, would any of you like abortions?
I'm okay here. No, we don't need that. We're fine now.
It's kind of nice to be here in that time to feel what it's like.
Well, if anyone changes your mind, I'm right over here.
What did we do in 2020? What did we do in 2020?
How's your puzzle going?
Yeah.
Oh, this jigsaw puzzle?
Yeah.
I've been working on it for quite some time. It's coming along very well. I've been Zooming with my mom to show her my progress. Yeah.
Are you excited about the election?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I am. I can't wait for it. And you?
I've enjoyed washing my groceries.
Yes. I have them delivered to my doorstep every morning, and then after they're there for 10 minutes, I go and pick them up and wash them off myself.
How's the binge drinking going?
Oh man, feels good to get back in the gym.
Oh man. I'm here pretty often, actually.
You look it.
Yeah.
Bills. You got arms bigger than my thighs. I
Yeah, I never get to tell people this, but I'm doing pentathlon in the Olympics. It's so crazy because I was just like, before I turn 40, I want to be riding horseback and shoot a gun. Like,
Hey, Barry. Man, I can't wait to compete, man. It's gonna be so fun. What do you guys do?
it's
I was just about to ask, what is it? I come to the gym a lot, but what's a pentathlon?
Oh, something came up. I gotta go.
Well, a triathlon is like running, swimming, and biking.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
And
okay.
then a pentathlon is 5 because penta is 5 tries.
We're here for the pentatonics tryout?
Yeah, everybody. Oh, our skill set mixed up. Now I'm a freaking Olympic athlete. And then we also have horseback riding and markspersonship.
Mark? Who's Mark? My name's Mark.
That means
Hey, I'm here for the Marx Brothers audition.
Yeah.
This is a fucking weird ass gym, man.
We're here for the pentagram convention.
Oh, hell!
You probably want that guy over there.
Thank you.
I hear this is a weird ass gym.
I was really excited about meeting a new person and maybe making a new friend because
Am I too late for Toyotathon?
this is a shopping household here.
Yes!
Hey, I'm really sorry. I didn't want to disturb your workout or anything, but I couldn't help but notice it sounds like you're a fellow Olympian.
I am, yeah.
Congratulations. What's your event?
Pentathlon.
Oh, nice. You guys are tough.
Did someone say
Yeah.
Olympian? I'm an Olympian too.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm from Washington. Hi, I'm from Olympia, Washington. Are you also?
I'm a swallow skier.
Hey, I'm Aries. I'm the god of war. What are you the god of?
I'm really good at 5 different things, and apparently that's not enough to impress anybody these days, even my new friend.
Does this happen to you often? Are you often around people who pay no attention to you.
Did you pick up too many skills during the pandemic that now you have to carry out? It can overwhelm you.
We are here to offer you a deprogramming program. No longer will you feel the urge to make sourdough bread.
No longer will you feel the urge to do anything.
Just a quick drill straight to the brain and you are done.
The old 1950 solution. Make America lobotomized again.
Thank you all so much. We are the old Saints. Hey, this is the Brick Room. Give it up for Eric and Charlie with the whole
So tomorrow night is Jonathan Fendler's An Evening with Jonathan Fendler. It is a stand-up and character work that John's worked on. I'm on it. Mariah is also on it. He's an amazing, amazing person. His album is out on Spotify right now, so you'll probably hear some of that music and some of that comedy as well. Other than that, we're here every weekend. Thanks so much for being here.